Hello, and welcome to the newest episode of the Drive Home Podcast. I'm your host, and it is raining outside. But that's besides the point. So let's drive this podcast home. I don't know where exactly my audio is getting recorded from. I think it's recording it directly from my phone, which ticks me off a little, because I wish it wouldn't. I've been wearing earbuds and I thought it got better, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I can't wear headphones necessarily. For one, I don't have a pair that would work on my phone. And, well, I use an iPhone and it's one of the newer ones. So the charging port is also the ear jack port or whatever, and you have to get an add-on for that, which for one, I don't have that. Two, I don't have a headset that works like that, like a wired headset. I don't have one. And then three, my charging port almost never works. It's filled with debris and dust and whatever else all the time. So I got a wireless charger because it was impossible to deal with it. Like, I could leave it alone for like 5 minutes and I'd come back and it wouldn't charge. And I don't even know if it will charge with a phone charger at this point. I need to get it cleaned out at some point and try it again, but I don't have the time or the need or care or want to do that right now. So I won't. I worked until 8 tonight, 2 to 8, and I'm going back tomorrow, same time. I don't know. I've had a couple days off. I'm hopefully going to be able to pre-order the Switch 2 this week. And there have been talks of, what do you call it? Going to, I mentioned this last time, I think. But me and some of my friends are in talks about going to like a convention or a con or something this late summer, I guess. I don't know. I want to go. I don't know if I'll be able to, so to speak, but I'm going to be saving up money, and I'm going to be trying my darndest that I can go. So, hopefully I'll have some backlogged episodes for then, which, if I figure it out, I will, but anyway, I was talking with my brother the other night, last night, in fact, and I don't really remember what brought up on this topic, but, and I don't know if this is like a guy thing, or if it's just something me and my brother do, but like, or at least it's something I do, and my brother has his own sort of like opinions on it, because he said he had thought about it previously as well. But if you had unlimited money, you know, and I think I've kind of talked about this before in a sense, but like you know, if you could build your own house, sort of, like, what would you do? So I think, I don't know if I mentioned this before or anything, my two sort of like, so I had one that I think I actually mentioned before, and the other one I don't really know if I have. But I believe I wanted a Adventure Time treehouse house, if possible. Obviously, it wouldn't be real wood and stuff, but and it'd have to be a lot bigger on the outside, realistically. So it's very complicated. I'm not even sure if it's structurally secure. I mean, realistically, I could could look into some kind of. I mean, I could paint some metal piping or something or whatever, light blue, and use it as like the background or sky or something. I don't know. I mean, and then you could use those metal beams as like supports or whatever. I say piping, metal beams. But that's not what we talked about. So we kind of talked about like semi-realistic dream houses in a sense that as big as you want with a bunch of gimmicks to it in a sense. More specifically, we both wanted to install some kind of like trap door type situation or something of that nature. My brother wanted, I believe it was either Silent Hill or Resident Evil 2-esque like puzzles to get into the house, which would, I don't even know. I haven't played either of those games. I'm not much into Resident Evil, and I have no idea what Silent Hill even is about necessarily. But I don't know. I like the idea of like a Scooby-Doo mansion type place, you know? Like, it's a big old house, and there's secret entrances and exits and stuff all over the place. We would use these to like get around the house quicker for one. We'd also use it to just troll our friends and whoever came over. Because since we live in a mansion, people would come over to where we live, of course. In the sense that, you know, we might live together just because we both love the idea of, like, you know, Scooby-Doo-esque, you know, hidden passages and such, like a fireplace or a bookshelf that, like, flips around and takes you into a secret room, or paintings with eyes, kind of, but, you know, that's kind of obvious, so maybe not paintings with eyes or anything like that, but, like, maybe, something, I'm sure. Like, you can move stuff, you know, like, you could hit a secret button and like, a trap door or something would open, and coming out of, like, places that you didn't think that would be able to come out of. Like, we had this one idea, like, it looks like a real wall on the outside or whatever, and on the inside it also looks like a real wall, but, like, there's, like, a doorknob there or something, maybe. I don't really, maybe it's like maybe instead of like a doorknob, it's like well, it's something. Anyway, you can use it and you can essentially open it up and it will lead you outside, because it's just like a wall. It's just a hidden door, realistically. We had this idea of, like, you have like a dumbwaiter, which is like, it's like an elevator but for items, I guess, instead of people. And so if you make the dumbwaiter go up to the second floor, or like a higher floor, and then you open up the door to it, you can actually get into it. And if you can't get into it, you will end up in a plastic slide, like a plastic tube slide that, like, spirals down slowly. And it's, well, maybe not slowly, but, like, you know, you're not going to get hurt, right? Maybe you'll land in, like, a pit of, not sand, but, like, bean bags or pillows. You know, just pillows, straight up pillows. Never like pillows. Or blanket, you know, some kind of soft, you know, even though it wouldn't be a hard landing anyway, you'd, like, slide into it. But it would lead into, like, a secret basement area. And I mean, obviously, like, I mean, it's just a bunch of different things. Like, we suggest like a fake house, so like it's a real house, and like there's stuff on the inside, but everything on the inside is like there's natural looking stuff that makes it seem like people live there on the inside, but it's all glued down or fake or something. Like you know, you look at it one way, it looks real, but you get closer, you realize it's like a cardboard cutout or something. And somewhere in the house, there's like a secret door you can open that leads you into like probably also a slide for convenience, because slides are really convenient and kind of fun. But it leads you into the real house. So you always go into the fake house, right? But, you know, and you exit through the fake house because there's a secret exit into the fake house as well. But, you know, none of your stuff can get robbed because they'd have to find the secret entrance to the real house, which is underground, presumably. Or something. Or like having like a secret exit, or like having like a the real house is like legitimately fake, and like you exit to the back and you have like a shed or something, and the shed has the secret compartment with the real house in it. Just like you know, like you can walk inside of the walls. If the walls are thick enough that you can walk through them, like I guess crawl space. And something else we thought of. So of course, this mansion-y type place would be multiple layers, right? Or you know, floors. Our thought process is, or was, maybe not. Like we might have a set of stairs, but we'd have a ladder, right, to go upstairs. Maybe we'd only do ladders. I don't know. That would be really inconvenient, but I mean, it would give it the dumbwaiter a reason to exist, but still. I don't know. And then to get down the stairs, instead of slides everywhere, we would have like firefighter poles, right? So like there's like a row of like multiple firefighter poles or whatever that like extend from like third floor to second floor to first floor to basement if you want to, and they're all like adjacent to each other, right? Or whatever. And so you can like use them and stuff. So it's like super easy to go down. Though honestly, I have to figure out how that even works, because I feel like it would hurt your hands. I don't even know if that's like a thing anymore, honestly. I figure it must be a thing somewhere. I don't even know how it works though. It would take some looking into. But I mean, to be fair, it's essentially just a hole in the floor with like, you know, a pole in the middle. And we were thinking, I don't know how it would work, but we were thinking we'd have like a secret attic, right? You know, or secret attic crawl space area, right? You could get into, and to go down, there would actually the floor in the secret attic would open up, and a firefighter pole would go down onto the floor, and you would take the firefighter pole down, and it would automatically go back up and close up, right? So it's just like, you know, in a really funny way. It like, I don't know. We just like, you know, it's just funny, kind of, you know, thinking about that kind of thing. And, I mean, we're not rich, but if we were rich enough to be able to afford, you know, anything kind of money, like why don't rich people do that? You know, like if you're so rich, why don't you like, you know, like goof around with your money, like embrace your inner child, buy like a Scooby-Doo mansion and live in it, and just be goofy all the time. Like invite your friends over and play pranks on them, like literally. That's some peak tier being an adult, probably, honestly, in my opinion. Like the whole point of being an adult, in a sense, is to do what you can now that you're not a kid, but, do what you wanted to as a kid, but couldn't because you were a kid, in a sense, right? Because, if you want things, you can kind of get it now because you have a job and you have money, but with a job and the money, you have to get paid good enough to get certain things and to save up and all that. It's a lot, right? It's not necessarily the greatest thing, but if you were, like, rich, just kind of like, obviously for me first, I'd probably get a new car. I need a new car, but, I guess, like, video game stuffs, but, like, I don't know, just generally, and maybe, like investing, of course, because that way I can keep being rich, or something, but, like, legitimately, like, if I had absurd, I don't need to care about money for the rest of my life kind of money, no matter what I spend it on, I would just, and the thing is, you have to basically get this house built up from the ground up, right, because, like, of the way it would need to function, because you need to have, like, fake doors and and so what you'd have to do is you'd have to, like, have the construction workers sign NDAs or something, probably, or, like, whatever the people would be called, I knew what they were called before, like, it's not just construction workers, because it's like it's not necessarily the company itself, but, like, what do you call it? Contractors and stuff, right? Because that's part of it. Like, planning it out and all that, and so you have to make sure they sign NDAs and stuff. And if anything goes wrong with any of your secret passageways and stuff, you kind of gotta call them up specifically. If I'm getting secret passageways, I'm making them look like normal passageways. So if anyone uses them, they're like, well, it's kind of normal, it's just a normal, And then they see the funny things you can do in there. They're like, oh, this is a secret passage. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd put the words somewhere, like, secret passage, in the secret passage. Like, if you find it, lucky you. And that's like a generational house, right? Like, once you get that, your family inherits that, right? And so you get to hide all your goodies and you get to play pranks on everybody. Like, my brother was thinking he would exit through a secret exit to, like, go get something from his room, because, using the secret passageways allow you to travel faster throughout the mansion house. And then he would come back through a completely different secret entrance. Just to, like, be comical about it. Like he would leave in front of you and show up again 5 minutes later behind you. And if we could, and, like, we kind of, like, went through, like, some of the houses that we kind of know. And stuff, and we kind of use them as, like, a basis for what we could do. Obviously, we'd have to, like, generally speaking, we'd have to do it from base, because the house that we were thinking of using is really old, and, like, the materials and stuff would need to be replaced and whatnot. But I don't know. That's if we were super rich, which we aren't. But obviously, helping people would be nice. But I want a cool, goofy Scooby-Doo mansion. I also want the Mystery Machine, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I also want the Batmobile. It's probably also not gonna happen. But I could get a replica of the Mystery Machine. And I think they let you do, like, there's an Airbnb thing for the Mystery Machine. I don't even know. Having a bat cave would be super cool, though. It'd be really annoying during certain times of year because of, like, the temperature and stuff being hard to, like, control. But it would be really interesting to have something like that. Like, your house leads into a cave that actually leads outside, but nobody's actually discovered the cave yet. So it's just kind of like your own little secret cave. Ideas are so cool. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all for listening to this episode of the Drive Home Podcast. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, you don't have to. And as always, I'll see you next time I drive this podcast home. Thanks for listening, and bye, everybody.